Welcome everybody to episode 72 of Smack Talk here at smarkoutmoment.com. I am your host as always,
Fan Sweet Mango.
and with me this week we have Braden Mayhew, Brandon Ligon, a newcomer to the show, and Mike Payton. We were supposed to have Mike Burhan, but this is now an hour and a half after we normally try to start.
And, well, you guys don't know that.
Well, they need to know because this is
they should know this. I mean, we had to sit through all this hassle for no payoff. They need to know of our misery.
We're starting off on a negative note here. This has been a great week.
It has been though. Yes.
See, the positive thing is it can only go up from here.
Yes.
Because this is just like nosedive. So normally at this time I would be halfway done processing the Ask Him video and we'd be recording part 3, but we're gonna start now. So what we have for you this week, we have the Ask Him, we have the hot tags, and we have the Superstar Scores Mick Foley, and then some kind of an outro and all that. So before we get into all that kind of stuff, little preface here. Obviously, since Burhan's not here, we don't have him to do the Ask Him this week, and since people don't really like my Ask Hims because I end up making them too obscure or too odd or whatever like that, we're going to have Mike Payton do it, and he's going to do that in a second. I want to do one little recap here about what ended up being the answers from last week. I think, off the top of my head, that the answer was Legion of Doom 2000, and most people seem to kind of echo that comment. Thomas Sander gave all the kind of lineups and everything from Heidenreich and Christy Hemme and Puke, his involvement into it. I Curry, of course, Awesome Piano Man, Jamie O'Halloran, and Carl Armstrong. Those are the ones that commented, and that's going to take us into the Ask Him for this week. So, Payton, what is your question for us?
Right. Well, since Mr. Burhan could not be here this week, I'm going to...
Is it Wade Barrett?
That's the best English accent I can think of, okay? The man is an excellent actor, so who can I model myself after, okay? So, my first question, which will be for you fine gentlemen this evening. This man started his career in the lower indies, however, had a brief appearance in the dying days of WCW, eventually finding himself also having a brief appearance in the WWE. Eventually, he would find himself in Ring of Honor, and now where he is presently, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, where he has been a multiple-time World Heavyweight Champion. Who is this man?
Oh, I know.
Who?
I'm going to guess AJ Styles.
It is AJ Styles.
What's up?
Now, this question is for our listeners.
Wait, this is still a British accent?
No, it's still a terrible Wade Barrett impersonation.
Okay,
it's starting to sound like a mobster now.
No, but keep going.
I'm not very good with accents. Okay. So this question is for our audience, and I guess I should say it normally so they don't have any confusion. This man shared a similar career experience, starting himself in the Indies, having a very, very brief appearance in the WWF. He went on to Ring of Honor and eventually to where he is today, Total Nonstop Action, where he is also a multiple-time World Heavyweight Champion through his career. He is perhaps best known as being one man involved in the highest-rated pay-per-view match the company has ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Who
now,
is
since
this
it's
man?
TNA, I obviously won't know it, so next week I'll have to make sure that Payton reminds me who the answer was and all that so I can tell you who got it right. There's one of your first and only TNA Ask Hims here because of how much I hate TNA.
I'm shocked because I'm not a big TNA fan either, but hey, here we go.
Yeah.
We got to show some love because you know what? TNA hasn't been too damn bad the last few weeks.
Maybe that's because they haven't been having the other pay-per-views.
Wow.
Maybe.
Well, they did have a pay-per-view last week and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was better than expected, so. That's the Ask Him for the week, and part 2, we'll talk about the hot tags. There's 4 or 5 of them coming your way with that, and then we'll roll on to part 3 with Mick Foley ranking him from 1 to 100.